Virgo, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Virgo sun, moon, and rising sign. If you have not yet, please remember to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. Virgo content comes out every single Friday, and there's always an extended reading for even more information and secrets revealed. So please come join me for that. There's 2 ways to join me now. Through the extended traditional way, like you always have through Vimeo, and also my new Unbound membership. I have memberships to the channel now, and you can get all sorts of fantastic perks. And the Unbound membership unveils all of the extendeds, give you full access to all of the extendeds at any time, for always, forever, for as long as you're a member, as well as a lot of other wonderful perks as well, like 2 members only chats with me, live chats. You can ask me anything you want, any tarot. I pull cards for you. We do a lot of great stuff with the Unbound membership. Go check it out. Also, I have a second YouTube channel called Astrology Motivation, where I go live daily for a general reading. I don't pull cards for anybody, but we have a nice little chit chat over there too. And that's also where I upload my pick of cards and other specialty videos. So I hope that you guys will take a chance on that as well. Let's get into the astrology, Virgo. I am an astrologer and a tarot card reader, so I will cover both, and I will use both astrology and tarot to provide you with weekly insights. So let's start with the astrology, shall we? This week it was a very impactful week, right? We had the new moon in Pisces, and Pisces is your 7th house, and the other area of concentration was your 5th house. We spoke a little bit about this a couple of weeks ago. So 5th and 7th house, 5th and 7th house, 5th and... are you fucking catching on here? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff cracking your heart open and making you rethink or see things from a broader perspective or through God's eyes and God's space. It's making your heart, like, think of the Grinch Stole Christmas. Your heart is growing like 30,000 times its size. So this is a broad time. It's kind of a broad stroke, but it's a good time for forgiveness. It's a good time for understanding. In your 11th house, which is intimately connected through a trine with the Sun and Jupiter right now, your 11th house is in Cancer, and that's the house of friendships and humanitarianism and community. Well, Lilith is there, and Lilith likes to cause trouble, likes to create pain, because she actually feeds on the pain and the suffering itself. So what does it mean? There was a sense in you that your friends were doing something to hurt you. Your friends were doing something to intentionally hurt you, disrespect you, or you felt like your friend group in general was causing you a great deal of pain and a great deal of suffering. This is where that trine comes into handy, because it'll loosen those feelings of pain and suffering, so you won't be dominated by Lilith, but instead you will be able to control those feelings and start to understand them and forgive them. Forgiveness helps to heal you, and forgiveness helps to heal. Just let somebody go, right? Let it go. Not taking it personally, not taking the hardship, not taking it to heart, allowing yourself to heal from all those feelings of suffering and hurt and heartache, which Lilith wants to make you feel, because she's vapid, man. She's the vampire. She likes to suckle on the suffering and the pain. So ultimately, the fact you have a chance to exorcise that right now. Why? So you'll notice that there's if you look at the chart, I'm trying to like visualize it in my head. There's the Sun and Jupiter trining Lilith, but the Sun and Jupiter has also got this really interesting quasi-challenging aspect to your 5th house, which is Capricorn, where Mars, Pluto, and Venus are all conjunct. So basically what this is challenging your value system, challenging what really matters to you, and saying, what is your morality really? Where is your heart really? Are you really are you really the good person that you think you are, if you're letting these things happen? And those kind of clashes are going to happen a lot to you right now. Expect those kind of like things in your head. This isn't somebody externally judging you. This is you judging you. And ultimately, why are you doing it? You're doing it to crack your heart open. You're doing it to allow light in. You're doing it to allow forgiveness in, and you're doing it to allow yourself the freedom of pain, the freedom of the suffering, the freedom of the sadness. And you will be able to do that now. So let's get into the cards. So even if somebody did cause you a great deal of pain by making changes that you couldn't keep up with, or that you didn't agree with, right? That didn't work for you. You'll be able to forgive it and let it go and not carry it with you. No more grudges, no more suffering, no more hating somebody just to get them out of your head, because the truth is it just makes them root deeper. And it's ultimately that which you're discovering now. And if you want to take the roots out completely, you can erase things and you can make it never happen so that it doesn't hurt you at all. But you don't do that through pain and suffering. You do that through confronting the hurt and getting rid of it and forgiving it and letting it go. And that's the transcendence that you can experience right now, especially among these friend groups and any ways in which they had broken your heart. You ready? And yes, that kind of partnership can also extend to friendships, business partnerships, Virgo. This energy is for Virgo. Anywhere that it's really applying itself in your life. We have co-create with spirit and lay a solid foundation. So ultimately there has been challenges and there has been struggles, or there has been shakeups, or what I like to call tower moments to a foundation that you thought was strong. So ultimately you've been going through a lot of surprises when it came to something that you thought you had complete control over, something that you thought, okay, I've laid a solid foundation. I've 100% got this. It's done. I got it under wraps. I got it under control. You thought that you had something solid here, right? And then all of a sudden spirit comes in and challenges you. And all of a sudden spirit comes in and you're like, why? Why would you do that to me? Because I thought I applied myself the way that I was supposed to. And ultimately spirit is trying to make you realize something or learn something. And that probably is a challenge to your relationship to control. Right? And then we have this is Cancerian energy. And where is that? That is once again through your 11th house, Cancerian energy, and this is in reverse. So ultimately something has sat with you for a very long time and you have not been able to get over it. This could come in the form of jealousy, anger, sadness, the feeling of grief, right? The feeling of grief, the feeling that spirit has harmed you intentionally, or the thought in your head that you have been harmed intentionally, or if not intentionally, negligently, because somebody didn't care enough in the way that you cared. You had done everything that you felt you could to contribute positively and build a healthy situation. And ultimately, this is that pressure point where you feel like you have been completely backstabbed. But it's not only by the person, it's also a sense of, I've been backstabbed by spirit itself. Like, how could you do this to me? So this is putting a strain on your relationship with God, or the way that you see God. Now this may not be in everything, but of course this is a certain part of your life that is extremely important to you. It's very sensitive to you. The fact that it's happening in Cancerian says that you keep it very close to your heart. It's like a family. Your family, your friends are like your family. Let's put it that way. Because Cancer occupies, or your 11th house, Cancer occupies your 11th house. So your friends are like your family, and they're also a reflection of your family, extension of your family. You like to treat them like family. So then how come they haven't, so I've lost them? How come I've lost them? How come it's fallen apart? How come this person did this to me? This has really challenged your heart, and it has challenged your faith. And I think that that's the most important part of things right now. How, Virgo, things have challenged your faith, right? And how is anything really worth challenging your relationship with God? Is anything really that valuable that you would like be angry at the Almighty or the universe and sever your relationship and deny that relationship? It's causing you an even more, it's causing you like a suffering that's that's disconnecting you. A suffering that's disconnecting you. And this could very well be a level of disconnection that is really tormenting you every day. And then we have truth. So you're not being honest with yourself, or somebody's not being honest with you. You felt somebody deceived you, but ultimately, are you deceiving you? Because this is truth, is like, it's not the truth. It's not the truth. First of all, it wasn't the truth ever. It was never the truth. And this, I think, is what Jupiter and the Sun are allowing you to see. That it was never the truth that they were doing anything intentionally to hurt or harm you. They didn't want to hurt or harm you at all. That's the truth. But ultimately, the level of pain is actually keeping you from seeing the truth. The level of pain is lying to you. Let's put it that way. The pain, the suffering, and the heartache is lying to you, because those negative energies are like demons. They just fucking possess you, anchor in, and they feed on that shit. And ultimately, Virgo, this is the kind of stuff that you're really fighting right now. You're kind of fighting for your soul. Let's put it that way, right? And what you have to do is forgive those people who you thought were harming you. Even if they were. Bottom line is, forgiving them liberates you. And that's essential right now. I just saw 11:11 as I was saying that. So awakening, right? Authority is here. There's almost a stubbornness or a sense of dominance, a sense of either this is you wanting to take back control and asserting your authority over these feelings that it's clear to you that they've gotten out of hand, or Virgo, there's a sense of somebody's getting in your face and trying to like take authority over you. And that may be your inspiration, is like, nobody controls me. But these negative aspects of yourself, these negative feelings, have taken authority over you. They have become the authority of your life. They are now how you see everything, or the lens you see everything through, how you judge. They've legitimately created a cage for you. So ultimately, it may be the authority yourself. It's the authority itself that you are rebelling against. And be like, no, I don't like you making decisions for me. You don't get to make decisions for me. You aren't allowed to take control of my situation. This could be a huge clash with authority, because sometimes Lilith and Cancer can have that effect of like the rebellious teenager, right? Of, I don't care who I hurt. I don't care if I bring my family through the mud, like fuck them, just to assert your independence. That's the kind of thing. It's like that would be really selfish, right? That would be really hurtful. And it's just the level of pettiness is ugh, you know? That's kind of that sense. So I don't know if you feel like somebody is doing that to you, right? But they're definitely not acting in truth. They're basically taking authority through underhanded or petty means. Okay, so I don't know if you know who I'm talking about, but ultimately, let's see. Virgo, we have this yin energy that is askew. So you were this is a situation where at one point you were wide open to it. And that's why it hurt you so deeply. Because you really believed that this was something that was going to fill you up. Right? It could also have to do with feminine energy, a divine feminine energy. You are definitely not happy. The happiness is all twisted. A lot of things are all twisted. And ultimately, Virgo, let me say, that's how you know something's off. When's the last time you were actually happy? This is impeding your happiness. This is impeding your joy. Joy that you used to feel came so easily to you. This has taken authority over it and says, I don't care what I destroy around me as long as I feel in control of things. Right? And it's a lie, because you're not, like, this person isn't in, this feeling, this energy isn't in control at all. Right? This is an energy that is completely out of control. It's absolute chaos. It's opposite from everything that you actually stand for. And it's based on a perception of wrongdoing that really wasn't God's fault. Nor was it Nor was it your fault. This is a sense of sometimes life actually just can be unfair. And the only control you can have, is how you react to it. And if you react to it by denying it, rebelling against it, being angry at it, it takes possession of you. And these are the kind of things that you're really going to be digging down into right now, recognizing it, realizing it, and liberating yourself from it. You could even be confronting a situation or a person right now about the things that you felt were going on, right? How you saw things. And I guarantee you, Virgo, their point of view is going to be completely different. They're almost going to be like, where did they even come up with this? Because they didn't see it this way at all. And I can guarantee you that this is almost like your pain and hurt and suffering taking control over you and lying to you. I can guarantee that. And ultimately, I can guarantee that it's something that you're starting to see now. You're starting to realize, because you don't like how it feels and you don't like how long it's been since you've been able to be happy in this way. I'm not saying that every part of your life has been shit. I don't think it has. But it's definitely, this is something that has been weighing on your heart and separating you from God. Taking you out of God's light and God's love. Making you doubt. Making you rethink even being spiritual. That's what it's done. That's how deeply it's impacted you. So, kisses, stop. Hey, stop. So, okay. Ooh, Virgo. No. Virgo. A time to give rather than receive. Everything is coming out in reverse. A time to give rather than receive. It's almost like you're totally closed down. You don't want to give to anybody anymore. You basically decided that, no, I'm not giving to at all. I'm not going to even, it's like you've totally shut down. It's like you've totally shut down. So what is Virgo supposed to do about this? Like, what are they supposed to do? Let's go back to the Oracle cards. Virgo. Ooh, what are they supposed to do? This and that are true. See things from both sides. And, right, like, hold on. Okay. It's a lot. I love, and it's almost like immediately there's going to be a defensiveness toward this. But this is like, this and that are true means play with it. Like it means stay up, stay in the waves, be playful. Not that this is a game, but that ultimately it's like lighten your load. Lighten your load. It's weighing so heavily on you that it's drowning you. Dolphins need to breathe, right? So it's like come up for air. Whatever it is, music, movement, dancing, whatever gets you out of your head and moves those emotions and stuff. It's almost like right now the dolphin is stuck in ice and he's dying. He's just dying. He can't breathe. He's trapped. But if you get those emotions moving again, he'll be able to come up for air. And however it is that you need to get emotions moving again, fucking do it. Let yourself do it. Take that time. Because what your heart needs to do is crack open right now. And then we have see the big picture. So this is another device that you can use. The big picture. The long term. Everything involved in the situation. Because this is a more complex situation than your very focused mind is basically got blinders on. You're not seeing the whole situation. You're only seeing the details. You got to zoom out, Virgo, and look at everything involved objectively. It's essential right now. A thing that's making it very difficult for you is this energy of Mercury and Saturn. It's like Saturn's sitting right next to Mercury, which is making your natural energy very exacting and almost perfectionist. And that is hurting you and making things more difficult for your brain. So how can you get out of your head? Because that's where the major freeze is happening. How is it, and what devices do you have at your fingertips to get you out of your head? What will get you out of your head? I know for all the Virgos, I know music is core. Music is key. Music helps to get the chi flowing again in their body all over the place. You know, it starts to activate you. And that's exactly what you need to focus on right now. I asked the cards, what does Virgo do? Get that chi, get that energy flowing in you again. Dance, music, something with rhythm. You need to feel a beat to like shake it up and loosen it so that your sand, it doesn't get hard, right? You can loosen it and it'll be flexible again. And you need the vibrations right now. You absolutely need it. If you've ever seen those videos of like that wet sand that gets stagnant and it gets hard, but as soon as you add vibration to it, like all of a sudden it's flexible again. You need to add vibrations, and external vibrations, actual tangible vibrations that you can feel. And that's why I'm like, you better like double up on that bass. Like that is 100% where you need to go. And it may sound like, listen, this really important thing happened to me and this bitch tells me to listen to music. Okay, once again, that's the Lilith trying to feed on your pain and suffering and convince you that nothing will work. It will work. Turn on the music and allow yourself to feel it. I guarantee you're probably going to bawl like a baby, but that needs to happen too. You are drowning right now and your dolphin needs to come up for air. This is your chance to do it. This is your chance when your heart will be protected. You will have the strength and courage to do it. You actually want to do it. So go ahead. Before you listen to any other piece of negative shit coming from your brain, you go ahead and do it and you try this simple thing. Because for you, it's got to come from the outside. The inside is where everything's clogged. So it has to come from the outside to shake up and add vibration and loosen up the inside. And music will actually really help you a lot. Let's go to the extended tarot card reading and we'll get more details for you. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.